Hello everybody, happy April, happy Aries season, happy full moon almost. We have a full moon on April 19th. The energy going on right now is super intense. If you haven't been able to tell already, like it's just been kind of nuts. But very transformative, very much a catalyst for what's to come in 2019. I feel like that's 2020. I feel like 2019 is solely just us getting pushed out of the nest so that 2020 we're really just ready to go. So that's why everything feels so intense and it feels like we're not getting any breaks here. But all is in divine order, as we know. And it's all about the journey and doing the things that we need to do in order to progress forward to where it is that is in our highest vibration. It's all about climbing the ladder of vibration and climbing the ladder of ascension. And here solely to bring that light and transformation into our lives, no matter how hard it is. So we have a Jupiter retrograde now. Venus is in Pisces. We have a lot of Plutonian energy, a lot of karma stuff going on right now. So I just completed a really beautiful course in self-mastery is what the course is designed to be. It's a course to show you, there's 3 different parts. Part 1 is it shows you yourself, self-discovery, self-awareness. It shows you how you show up in the world, your belief systems that may be affecting what you manifest in your reality, and how to kind of be more aware of it when it pops up in our heads, and about our self-talk, whether it be negative or positive. The part 2, I haven't done that one yet, but I will be doing, I am committed to doing part 2. It is the breakthrough, breaking through those belief systems and breaking through those trials and things that keep us limited in our beliefs or limited in our being. For we are, excuse me, I'm always saying that we are multidimensional beings and we are here to evolve and we're here to grow and we're here to be better, the best versions of us that we can be. And I love this course because it's very impactful and it involves community. The community, it's a bunch of people you've never met, or maybe you decide to go with a couple of your friends, but for the most part it's people you've never met before, and you're getting intimate and honest and authentic, and you're getting comfortable with being that way with people that you've never met and being open in that and being vulnerable in that. And that's so important in our world because we have these shells, we have these masks, we have these protective layers. And when we don't come out of those shells and come out of those, we kind of can get stuck in our boxes of belief system. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's an amazing, amazing course. It's 3 parts. You don't have to do all of them, but I recommend everybody at least try something new and see how it will change you. I was very resistant, and towards the end of it, I saw the higher purpose of it all. I saw the higher purpose of the mechanics and how so many people were open and loving and the hearts were open. And I can't say much about the course, but I truly recommend it 100% for people that are seeking to evolve themselves or to grow and be better, and they're maybe not sure what they're doing in their lives or how they're manifesting the things in their life that they're manifesting. So today, for the deck, I know I said I was going to get rid of this deck, but I knew I didn't for a reason. We're going back to Raider Waite. Haven't used these cards in a really long time, since probably last June or so, because I was told that that's a very patriarchally based deck and that we are evolving, and to get my hands more familiar in my mind and my energy more familiar with other cards. But for the sake of what's going on in the cosmos right now and all of this energy, this Aries, patriarchal, male, emperor, energy that we're going through, very masculine, I wanted to use this deck. I wanted to pull this deck forward. And for the oracle, we're gonna pull from this really beautiful deck. Again, thanks to my mommy for giving it to me. Alana Fairchild Light Worker Oracle deck is absolutely amazing and very informational. So we're gonna go into those for the oracles. But, so this is a collective reading. This is for anybody that felt called to clicking on this video, anybody that felt called to my readings. This is for you. This is solely for collective base. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, basically. Nothing is certain, especially when we do divination work. Everything can always change, for the earth is never stopped. So everything is changeable in this universe. We can change anything. So just keep that in mind, but this is for the collective at this current state in time, with all the Jupiter retrogrades going on, all this cosmic Martian energy that we have going on. We also have Venus in Pisces. So much spiritual deep work that we're going through right now. It's really beautiful, kind of overwhelming. I really see it as just like, imagine you're in a place and you go crystal hunting, and you put the pail with the holes in it, like a sifter, in the ground, and you lift it up, and what is good stays on top and what is not good falls to the bottom. That's kind of what I think about this time. We're sifting through the things with a fine tooth comb or a fine sifter, and we're really sifting through our belief systems, and we're sifting through our energetic bodies. We're sifting through our past lives, that still the karma that we have trailed into this life. We're sifting through all of that in order to rise new. We have to let that density go, and in order to let the density go, we need to be aware of it, and we need to surrender to the process of sifting and letting things go and allowing things to come up that maybe we're not comfortable with coming up. Maybe we're not able to even face it as a possibility. But, okay, 5 of Swords. We're not trying to escape the change. We're not trying to be smarter than the work. Like, there's no way to work around the work. There's no cheating. This is a hard time of transformation and deep transformative time of change, and there's no escaping it. We have to face it. Aries is the warrior. Aries is the ram. It's all about movement. It's understanding the self. Aries, again, rules the head in the body, and it rules the house of self. There's no way we can be selfish. There's no way we can outsmart any of this, because cosmically, universally, it's all going to happen no matter what. And we have to accept that, and we have to do the work. Whatever that may mean to you. Everyone's idea of work and the work that they do is different. But there's no outsmarting. 2 of Wands. It's also a very exploratory time right now. We may even find ourselves caught in between 2 different things. Wands, fire, is all about movement and action. So you can move towards one way, or you can move towards another way. You can take the easy way out that may be involving cheating or outsmarting without actually doing the work, or you can be the pioneer and really self-direct yourself. So solely you have 2 choices. As I said, the wands before are fire. You have 2 opportunities at your fingertips. One may be deeper than the other. One may be taking an easier way out. One may be more dedicated. With the 5 of Swords coming up first, that really indicates a time of easier or harder in a perspective way. You can take the easier way out and cheat, or you can just face the music of what's going on, because there's a lot of karmic energy going on right now. A lot. And we are having, and we're being given the opportunity to continue that karma, or we're giving the opportunity to end it. Moving on with the next card. It's a lot of choices and action going on now. There's a lot of fire energy. Now the moon is in Leo, so it's super fiery. We just had the moon in Cancer, and that was huge. So it's a lot going on right now, and pat yourselves on the back, because this is not an easy time right now. It's really not an easy time. And I'm just gonna take this because it's on the bottom. Although we are going through these crazy, fiery, physical, intense times, it's important to remain in control of our emotions. Cups is all about emotion. The Queen is like the divine feminine of the emotion. She is able to understand the higher purpose of it all, understand the emotion, but also detach herself from the emotion. She is the weaver, in my opinion. You know, she weaves all of the worlds together and stays above the density of the fire or the earth realm. There's a lot going on with Capricorn right now too. Capricorn and Saturn. It's very earthy. It's very Plutonian. So being the alchemist and being the master of our emotions during this time, really learning to decipher, is this positive for me or is this negative for me, will be extremely helpful to a lot of us. Really weighing the pros and the cons of the choices in our life. Not just weighing the pros and the cons of the choices in our life, but really getting to the root of why we do what we do. And is it positive for myself or is it negative for myself? Having the Queen of Cups show up is just like, take the master of your emotions. Be more emotional at this time. But also, it's a very detached time. Aries is all about getting you good. Getting you where you need to be so you can show up in the world where you need to show up in the world. It's all about being a little bit selfish to the point of, and this keeps coming up, to the point of you being able to shine how you need to shine. Because you can't do that unless you yourself are good. So you have the change with the Five of Swords. The change is here, the change is now, the paradigm shift is now, it's been now, it's changing, and we're constantly getting tested. We're constantly getting these opportunities to change. We're constantly getting these opportunities to redesign ourselves and redesign our belief systems and becoming and surrendering to the process of evolving to a higher being. We have the choices, some more expansive than others. Two is also about balance, duality. There's choices that are more positive and actions we can take that are more positive than others. And they may take a little bit more discipline and work. And that's what an example. Work can be discipline. You doing your work could be you disciplining yourself. And that could be really hard for some people. Especially you fire signs out there, even you water signs out there. Especially if you have a lot of fire and water in your chart. It's going to be a heavy, heavy placement, but you are so much capable. Because when you're able to take, so you have the three elements here, and then we have fire. or we're missing Earth, but we have the sun popped up 3 times. So I decided, hey, it looks like he wants to be shown. Leo, shining in our being and being true to who we are, being true to ourselves, doing the work so that we can shine and we have a positive. This shows that like all this stuff that we're going through, this change, these choices, staying emotional but also being the alchemist of the emotions and not letting our emotions control us, it shows that the sun is coming. The sun's here. It's just like, it's always here. It's just always just like some fog. It may be in the fog right now, you know? But it's coming. All this hard work, never forget. It's not for nothing. Never. And Aries season, Taurus season, it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be very grounding. It's going to be very difficult for some people. For example, for me, my whole chart is water, pretty much, in Scorpio dominant. So for me, these times, they're extremely intense. They're extremely heavy. But my gift, Queen of Cups, is to be able to sift above the emotion, whatever it is. I've been being tested a lot when it comes to my emotions, especially a lot of my jealousy things have been coming up, and it's one of the lowest vibrations I think I could ever feel, and I haven't felt it in so long, and I don't want to feel it. It's all a choice. But if you know Scorpionic energy, you know the struggle it is to not be jealous. I'm getting better and better and better at it, but it's still difficult. But I'm learning to be the master of my emotions and to not let any of that stuff take control of who I am or where my emotions are, placed. It's very important for me, or else I won't be able to shine my best light because I'm too worried about being jealous about something stupid, you know? And in my ideas, karma is the truest law to me. To me, karma is my truest law. What you do unto others, you do unto yourself. We are one collective. So when you do something to someone else, don't for a second think that it could not happen to you even tenfold. Even tenfold. Ooh. 4 of Cups. This like comes out after the Sun card. Again, so emotions, we're not seeing all the opportunities that are being presented to us. And people, change has to happen, and it has to happen intensely for big results and for transformative results. We cannot change anything. We cannot evolve, which is change, if we don't even look at the possibility of, hey, maybe this is happening for a higher purpose, which it always is. There's always a higher purpose behind everything, whether it be positive or negative via your perspective. It's all about your perspective and how you look at the situation that's happening. The 4 of Cups is, look at him. He's not happy. He's like, oh, it's not enough, or he's just too sad about these 3 cups here, too focused on these 3 cups, and he's being offered a 4th cup, and he's just like, I'm gonna be pouty and sad and be too in my feelings, be too Aries, be too bitter, be too fiery. It is possible to do both, just like water. It is possible to be way too emotional and to allow your emotions to take you. Trust me, I know. Don't be this guy. Be the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups. Be the Sun. And look at the opportunities that are happening. Deeply, our karma, our family's karma, our DNA lineage, all of that stuff is being broken up right now. And that is the positive outcome of all of this seemingly negative from our perspective events coming into play. Nothing happens for no reason. Nothing. So just keep that in mind when being offered something, or if you have opportunities right now or situations happening right now that seem that they're not the worst and you kind of want to run for the hills. Look and be the Queen of Cups and feel all the emotions through it all so you can really decipher what it is that you're feeling. Ooh, Three of Cups and Emperor. Emperor has been coming up a lot, man. Not only is this just Saturn and Father Capricorn energy, but I also see this figure as Aries as well. Very masculine, very structured. Right now, I feel like we are disintegrating structures. Structures in belief systems, structures in society, structures in the way that we live that may have been negative. So we're rebuilding in a positive way. People are being more sustainable with their living. People are being more tribe life in their living. They're being more community involved and more community based. They're supporting small businesses more. They're going to farmers markets, etc. When I see this card, I think of like society and empires and the way that they're built. And it's changing. And it's hard to change systems like that have been in place for so very long, that the Emperor has placed, and this is the rule. We're only fighting ourselves, and we're only fighting the old programming that we have had. We're starting to reprogram. And it's hard because part of us wants to stay stuck and comfortable in those ways. But if we're comfortable, we're not evolving. Three of Cups, more community, more of your tribe, more decisions made together, more hands in. If we all have our hands in and we all talk about it and we're all honest and authentic with our emotions and the way that we feel, it can get done. There's a lot of cups in here. It's telling us that even though we have all of this earth and fire energy going on right now, love at the end of the day is always the answer. So be involved with your people. Be communicative. Talk about your feelings. Have meetings with each other. Tell each other what doesn't feel good. Tell each other what your boundaries are. Rebuild the structure how you want to with communication and with love. It doesn't have to be ugly. Resolutions can be made if the intention on both sides is not to be right or not to be, it has to be this way or this way, but if the intention is solely to find a solution so that everyone is happy, it can be done. Oh, of course, this card's gonna come out. Pluto, Scorpio, change, evolution, regeneration. Things are decaying, things are falling, systems are breaking, and systems are changing. And with death comes renewal, with death comes rebirth. And is transformation ever easy? Is it ever comfortable? Is it ever invited warmly and welcomely? Well, sometimes, depending on the person that you are, but most of the time the answer is going to be no. We're going to resist because it makes us uncomfortable. To be uncomfortable is to transform, is to evolve. They say that anxiety is a sign of fear of the future. What are you fearing, letting go, that will really push you forward in your life? What belief system is holding you back from being your true, authentic, 100% self? What activity or action are you not taking or are you doing that's disabling you or enabling you from being your truest and highest self? What are you holding on to that needs to go? What do you need to purge? Please watch my video on the combo medicine I did a year ago if you haven't, or look up combo frog medicine. It's a great way through plant and natural sources to purge your body. It purges the lymphatic system. It purges the DNA lineage the more that you do it. It can help cure AIDS, HIV, herpes, cancers, any liver diseases, any sickness that is like a cold, or like if you've been sick for a while, it will clear that shit right out of your body. Endometriosis, I have endometriosis. You can watch all the videos I have on there. It clears the tissues and it helps it be stronger. It's not comfortable, but change is never comfortable. Choose change. Choose change. That may not be the easiest decision, but it will help you evolve in the long run, which is right above the Emperor. I feel like the Emperor is Saturn, like it's super slow. He's like, oh, you have to do this for years to get here. And it's true. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. And it took consistency and determination and not giving up and staying in control of the emotions and mind over matter sometimes in order to get through. In order to take the change, in order to have the change, and to have it be embodied in the reality as much as possible. I'm just gonna pull a final outcome card, a final look card. This reading is pretty self-explanatory. It's really beautiful. It's not easy. We're fighting a lot of systems. We're fighting a lot of karma. But instead of Wheel of Fortune, last card. Cool. As I said, karma, this card popped out. Goes around, comes around. As above, so below. All of the elements are involved. Play your cards right. Be positive. There's a lot of beautiful cards here. I'm gonna flip this over so you guys can see what it looks like, because it's super pretty. So this is what the reading looks like. Last card to pop out is the Wheel of Fortune. Like, how beautiful. Things are spinning. And not just spinning in this lifetime, things are spinning from previous lifetimes. So be gentle with yourself. Please be gentle. Be loving and positive with yourself, because you're doing a lot of family DNA work as well. You're not just doing your own work, you're healing the lines that came before you. Especially with the Father right now. All of this Aries energy, super fiery, super masculine. We're healing the masculine in huge ways by being loving. We need to be loving and caring and emotional, but not let our emotions take over, to stay grounded, to involve community in our space and to be involved with community, however that may look, to work with each other rather against each other, and to not try to take the easy way out, because you got to do the work. There's no way else to do it but to do the work and to be authentic and honest in that work. Allow things to fall away, to surrender to the process so that the sun can shine. It's like right above the Death card. That's cool. And then this card, Wheel of Fortune, just keep on the path. Understand that your intentions become your outcomes in every moment. Your intention can change any second, any moment, but you need to be conscious of that so you know which way the karma wheel is turning for you. Very important. Really beautiful reading. Very intense times, guys. We have one more card to pull. Not tarot. I'm going to do an oracle card now from this beautiful light worker deck as a final message and a final close, because I really felt like a lot of people could benefit from this clarity of the times currently. So guidance and empowerment for those who love the light. That's us. And we're going to pull that next. We're going to pull this card. I love this deck. It's just so beautiful. So We're gonna call in for the highest supporting card that can support the collective at this time regarding this reading and regarding the messages that were received. What card universally will be used well for this reading and for the people that have tuned into this energy? How can we utilize a light worker oracle? Ooh, 3 came out. Ooh, these are beautiful. Divine grace, the law of efficiency. Okay. Look how pretty. Just like stunning. That's beautiful. Second ray of wisdom. These cards are absolutely stunning. And I'll flip it over too so you guys can get a better look, because these cards. And orbs of light. Oh yeah, that's just great. That's amazing. So I'm gonna read them, because we are protected, and you know, it's important to know that when we go through this karmic stuff, it's not fucking easy. We're going through lots of deep stuff, and we may have things that try to come in the way of moving that stuff, but we are protected always, and the highest purpose is always, always, always the goal. So 32, divine grace, the law of efficiency. It is time your life became easier. It is time for you to walk the way of divine grace with trust, simplicity, and acceptance. You do not have to try to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust that all will be as it is meant to be. Surrender your struggles now as you allow life to serve you with love and kindness. This is the most efficient use of your energy and will lead to the best results. The law of efficiency encourages us to work smarter rather than always work harder. It is like learning to allow a wave to carry you to shore rather than swimming the entire way with your own efforts alone, or even against the current, which would make the journey even harder. It is like planting a seed at the right time, so nature will help it bloom in the spring rather than planting it during the dead of winter when it takes a lot of effort to keep it alive, and even then it may not survive. This is the intelligence of the law of efficiency and divine grace at work. To hitch your wagon to the universe in this way, you need to learn to listen. This means tuning into what feels right or wrong at any given time. Sometimes you will want to push forward, yet your intuitive knowing will guide you to rest. Sometimes you will want to hide from a challenge, and yet know in your bones it is time to step up and shine with boldness despite the fear you may feel. The universe has a sense of natural flow, cycles, and timing that assures us that it supports every dream we dare to dream, and that everyone can come to fruition in due course. It may not look exactly as you expect, but if you have set it in motion with desire and intention, karmic law will ensure that it finds expression. For this to happen in the most loving, graceful, and easy way, you must learn to hear, feel, and sense the currents of life and work with them rather than push against them. This is about common sense, allowing yourself to be helped, not making things more difficult for yourself than they need to be. 3 of Cups, allow yourself to be helped, allow assistance to be placed where it is being placed, and do not resist that. Imagine that you have a chance to share a feeling of love in a room full of receptive people. The time is right. They are open, and efforts create the maximum effort for love's success. Or you could expand the same amount of time and energy by arguing with one disinterested person in an attempt to get them to understand and receive your love, even though they actually have no interest in doing so. They just wish to have their own point of view and for you to agree with that. One is working with the law of efficiency, and the other is working against the tide of life. It is not bad to choose the harder way. Sometimes it can be a great learning experience. But you are being encouraged with this oracle to explore the easier and more graceful way more often, especially at this time in your life, because there is a helping hand, a natural wave of energy in life that is going to be able to support your rising spirit and manifesting something truly beautiful and special in the world. The law of efficiency is also sometimes known as the path of least resistance. We must find the strength that comes from letting go and trusting that the universe knows what it is doing. It takes spiritual maturity to see to wisdom greater than your own immediate understanding. That's that always knowing that no matter what happens, everything is in divine order, even if you don't know what it is. Even if you don't know what the purpose is, everything happens for a reason, and that is true surrender. Then you are surfing the wave rather than swimming against the current. How efficient to work with life in its cycles rather than believing you must struggle and strain to be heard, loved, rewarded, and inspired. You have that maturity within you. Trust now. Trust that all will come in time. As long as we surf the waves, there's no other way. And as long as you're playing your karma right, as long as you're being and doing the work that you need to do and clearing and being a positive influence rather than negative, your evolution is inevitable. Second ray of wisdom. The second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and understanding and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as the Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. All of this light. So much light during this karmic time. The light is clearing the karma. When you allow the light to come into you and you embody all of your light and clear everything, there's no choice but to be light. The second ray of wisdom is the energy of the open and loving heart of the universe. It is inclusive, drawing all things towards it with an invisible magnetism. It is gifted to you at this time to help you attract into your life the people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life mission. This ray will help you focus your consciousness in your heart. It will bring to consciousness any unresolved matters of the heart for healing. This includes not only issues of relationship, but also any issues around trusting your heart to lead you. That into not path of least resistance. You need to trust your heart and you need to trust the universe, that the universe will always put you exactly where you need to be at the time that you need to be there. This ray will help you heal your heart in an affirming and nurturing way. The challenge with this ray, given that it is so magnetic and attractive, is learning to discern and say no when you need to. Imagine a fisherman who casts a very wide net and catches most of the ocean in it. Not everything is useful or even desired by the fisherman. While some things are gratefully accepted by the fisherman, other things are best returned to the ocean where they belong. Being able to trust in future abundance is important. You will not need to hold on to every opportunity, person, or situation out of fear of loss or lack. Instead, you are learning to live in true abundance and flow. Practice feeling comfortable and letting go as well as receiving. Trust that the universe has all that you want and need in unlimited supply. The universe will truly provide for you, dear child of light. This is a very different way of thinking to how most humans are conditioned from an early age. But it's never too late to change one's mind and open one's heart to a more loving, abundant, and enjoyable way to live. When the Buddha comes into your world, he brings the gift of wisdom. That includes openness to all that is without judgment. This might be the struggle that will eventually be revealed as a blessing in disguise, and maybe the challenge that causes you to grow into readiness for the next phase of your divine life mission. Finally, as the second ray of wisdom relates particularly to teachers and education courses of self-mastery, you are encouraged to trust that you have a message to share that is helpful and educational for others. Whether your involvement in education and teaching is formal or less obvious, you are encouraged to honor the energy of the teacher in your life. In some way, your sole purpose likely involves helping others to learn through wisdom and love. That's a lot of us. A lot of us here we're teachers. Just by being, we teach. Just by being in our light, we teach. And that's not hard. Resisting it may be hard, but that's the only hard part about that. It's the easiest job in the world to be yourself. Orbs of light. The spiritual worlds are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own thought, yet it is inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is an answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. It is possible to pray without realizing it. The universe is lovingly listening to every thought and feeling in your heart and mind. When you intentionally speak to the universe and ask your higher guidance to help you with an issue, this is a powerful way to call the light into your life. It works quite often and rapidly. However, sometimes we ask for help without being so aware of doing so. Worrying about an issue or pondering a question are ways this happens. These are orbs of light around you. They are spiritual beings that love you. These orbs contain information and energies that help answer questions and worries through the intelligence and love of the higher spiritual worlds. That information might come through a song, a phrase, a feeling, or a color or symbol that unblocks awareness or unlocks awareness in the deeper recesses of your mind and body. Orbs are always around us, but appear in more concentrated form, both in quantity and quality. In certain places and at certain times, including when your energy is in a particularly soft and receptive, high-frequency state. Orbs naturally gravitate towards high energy. This doesn't mean you have to be on the go constantly. Higher energy can be created when you are very still, by raising your frequency to a higher vibrational state. You can do this by regularly meditating on love and healing. You can place yourself in a state that is more attractive to orbs of light by relaxing, opening your heart, and feeling good. You are also most likely to perceive them around you in this state, which can be a fun and beautiful experience. Orbs are often only seen in photographs where they appear as a soft ball of light. If they are enhanced and magnified, patterns, symbols, and faces can sometimes be seen within them. This is part of the loving genius of the spiritual world. The way that light can reach the earth in form, helping to raise frequency from fear to love. Being in nature and doing some invocations to unconditional love creates an energy that is very attractive to orbs. So is a group work based in love, such as meditating together. Again, 3 of Cups. Get involved with your tribe and community. So is group work based in love, such as meditating together to clear a sacred space in nature, then dancing and praying together in that space with joyful devotion to love. This attracts high-level guidance because a group can be a container powerful enough to generate and hold the higher frequencies of love. This can also happen for individuals, but group energy can be a powerful and effective way to attract a great downpour of spiritual grace. Clearing the energy of your home and calling in higher guidance to bless you in your home each day, perhaps with the invocation below, will also create a space in which orbs of light can more easily visit you, bringing their uplifting energy and healing. To access the information of these orbs of light, to be open to seeing them more clearly, whether directly with your own energetic vision through clairvoyance or through photographs or other means, you can use the invocation below, and I will read that. Invocation. I call upon the unconditionally loving orbs of light. Please bring me information, healing energy, and joy as I open my heart to the loving presence of the higher spiritual worlds here and now. I ask to see, feel, and know the loving intelligence of the orbs of light in ways that are relaxing, encouraging, joyful, and kind. I ask for the orbs of light to bring peace and blessing to this space, to consecrate it as sacred and to protect it so that only energies of light, love, and higher consciousness may enter. May the unconditionally loving orbs of light bless all those who can benefit from their presence. Through divine love and my own free will, so be it. Really beautiful reading. Absolutely positive. We're surrounded by light. We're surrounded by ancestors, by people on our team that are helping us clear the karmic shit. They're assisting us. call it in. Use that invocation that I just read. Do your meditating work. Do your yoga. Do your cranial sacral. Cleanse the body. Do combo. If you're interested in combo medicine, if you're in the Florida state, you can send me a message, or you can follow me on Instagram. Angel of Cups is my Instagram handle. Everything will be linked below. If you want a private reading and you're in the Florida area, or even if you'd like it online, you can just message me on here or on Instagram, and we can set up readings for you for tarot, oracle. I also do astrology work. I have a program for chart drawing, and then I write up the interpretations myself. So if you're interested in that, I have a couple of examples. If you want to see an example of one, I can send it to you. My highest love and prayers to you at this time, to your families, to your communities. It is with this video, I'm intending that it gave clarity in the parts of your life that may be foggy, that may be a little hot. Maybe I cooled them down a little bit with some clarification on communication. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Always open for recommendations and suggestions from you guys, because I do this not only for myself, but I do it for anyone else that resonates to the information that I relay. When we help one, we help everyone. So sending my highest love, my deepest love to you during this time, and happy full moon. I might do another video for the full moon, depending on the energy. I know you guys see I make very sporadic videos, but it really is truly just when the energy feels very called and it feels supposed to be. So I try to plan to do videos, but a lot of the times it just comes through how it comes through, and it comes through when it needs to come through. But if you do want like a personal reading for the full moon, if I don't make one, definitely just feel free to message me and we'll schedule it up for you, and we can do in person if you're in the area, or over Skype if you're not, or I can record a video that you can keep, whatever you would like. Namaste. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Everything that we are doing, we embody its maximum potential, evolution and ascension, higher goals. Much love. Have a beautiful rest of your week.